10 classic cars, some fully rebuilt, some hiding secrets, and a few that could either make you money or cost you everything. You're going to want to see all of these.
All right, we're starting strong. This is a 1967 Pontiac GTO, priced at $55,000, located in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. And honestly, this one feels less like a used car and more like a reborn machine. First thing you notice, that deep fire bronze metallic paint. It shifts under the light. Sometimes it looks burgundy, sometimes almost copper. It's one of those colors that makes you walk around the car twice, maybe 3 times. Now here's where it gets crazy. This isn't just restored. This thing has been completely rebuilt from the ground up, and I mean everything. No patchwork, no hidden rust repairs, no shortcuts. We're talking entire new chassis and body panels, one-piece floor, one-piece trunk. New rockers, quarters, fenders, doors, all replaced. Undercarriage that looks as clean as the top. That's extremely rare. Most classic cars, they've got stories hiding underneath. This one doesn't. Under the hood, you've got the original 400 V8, rebuilt and pushing 360 plus horsepower, paired with a 4-speed Muncie manual and a posi rear axle. And yeah, it's got attitude. At idle, it gives you that low, uneven rumble. Push it past 2,500 RPM, the front end lifts slightly, like it's reminding you what muscle cars were built for. Driving feel? According to the seller, no rattles, no squeaks, no vibrations, just smooth, controlled power. Inside, it's all brand new black interior, clean, tight, factory style. One interesting detail, the seller didn't install the chrome trim or emblems yet. Why? Because after spending all that money on new panels, he didn't want to drill into them. So you, as the next owner, get to decide how far you want to take the look. And here's the kind of detail that tells you who built this car. The seller is a 50-year marine and automotive technician. He even mentions using Mobil 1 racing oil with sink additive every time, after only 800 miles of driving. That's not casual ownership. That's obsession. This isn't just a GTO. It's someone's lifetime of experience poured into one car. All right, now we switch personalities completely. This is a 1965 AC Cobra Roadstar replica, priced at $65,000 in Apex, North Carolina. And yeah, this thing is all about raw energy. Finished in black on black, low, wide, and aggressive, it looks like it shouldn't be legal to drive on public roads. This one uses a Hurricane body and chassis, known for being extremely accurate to the original Cobra molds, so visually, it's very close to the real deal. But under the hood, it's not trying to be vintage. You've got a 351 V8 stroked out to 416 cubic inches. Output, around 500 horsepower and nearly 600 pound-feet of torque. That's serious power in a car this light. Transmission is a 5-speed manual paired with a Ford 9-inch rear end and coilover suspension. Translation? This car doesn't just go fast, it feels tight, planted, and very responsive. The seller describes it as super strong and tight on the road, and with that setup, that makes sense. This isn't a relaxed cruiser. This is the kind of car where you feel every vibration, you hear every throttle input, and every drive feels like an event. It's not about comfort. It's about experience.
Hold on.
Car number
All
3.
right, go ahead.
(1955) Chevrolet Bel Air, 327, Hurst manual. Now we slow things down a bit, but in a good way. This is a 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air, priced at $35,000, located in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. And right away, this is one of those cars that just feels American. Big chrome, clean lines, iconic front grille. It's the kind of design that never really goes out of style. This one's been fitted with a 327 V8, paired with a Hurst manual shifter, which already tells you it's not fully stock. So it's got a bit of a hot rod personality. Now, the listing is pretty minimal. The seller even says they don't know much about the car, which usually means one thing: you'll want to go see it in person. But based on what we know, it's in good used condition, it runs and exists as a drivable classic, and it has that desirable V8 manual combo. This could be a weekend cruiser, a mild project, or a platform to build something really special. Sometimes, cars like this are less about perfection and more about potential. Road car number 4, 1964 Buick Wildcat. Next up, something a little underrated. This is a 1964 Buick Wildcat, priced at just $11,500 in Canton, Ohio. And honestly, this might be one of the best value cars in the list. Under the hood, it's powered by the legendary Nailhead V8, not the most common engine today, but definitely respected. And the seller says, it runs, drives, shifts, and stops exactly how it should. That's already a big win at this price point. The car originally came from Mississippi, which usually means less rust, and that's always a good sign. It's been repainted at some point, but overall, glass is good, interior is clean, body is solid. It even has factory AC, though the system's condition isn't fully confirmed. New chrome steel wheels and fresh tires give it a clean, slightly updated look. This isn't a show car, but it's honest. It's the kind of car you can drive right away, enjoy without stress, and slowly improve over time.
All right, last one for part 1, and this one's interesting. A 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe, priced at $7,000, located in Union Beach, New Jersey. At this price, expectations matter, and this car sits right in that space between driver and project. It's powered by a street 6 engine, automatic transmission, so not a high-performance setup, but simple and reliable. Now here's the good news. A lot of important work has already been done. We're talking new carburetor, fuel pump, water pump, new battery, ignition components, new brakes, drums, wheel cylinders, brand new floor pans and trunk pan, new frame rail, fresh carpet and interior work. Structurally, it's been taken seriously. But it's not perfect. The paint, old and cheap, needs redo. Some bodywork still needed. Electrical issues, horn and turn signals not working, and the cowl hasn't been replaced yet, though a new one is included. So yeah, this is a project, but it's a solid starting point. For someone who wants an affordable entry into classic Mustangs, something to build over time, or a hands-on weekend car, this could make a lot of sense. All right, this one, completely different world. This is a 1967 Camaro, priced at $36,000, located in Northeast Maryland, and this is not your typical street car. This is a full-on race car build. No title, 2 chassis, built for one thing only, speed. Under the hood, you've got an all-aluminum 421 cubic inch engine with a dry sump system pushing just under 800 horsepower. Let that sink in for a second. 800 horsepower in a lightweight chassis. Transmission, Power Glide, a classic choice for drag racing, simple, strong, consistent. Out back, Ford 9-inch rear end. Suspension upgraded with front struts, new brakes, new wheels.
And here's the interesting part. The car has never been down the track since being built. So essentially, it's unfinished in a way. It needs a final once-over, some tuning, a little TLC. But the hard part, that's already done. This is not for everyone. You're not cruising this to a coffee shop. You're building, tuning, and launching this down a strip. For the right buyer, this is a serious weapon.
Car number 7, 1966 Chrysler Newport Hardtop. Now we go back to something more relaxed. A 1966 Chrysler Newport Hardtop, priced at $7,000 in Valley Stream, New York. This is one of those big-body cruisers that doesn't try too hard, and that's exactly the appeal. Under the hood, a 383 V8, upgraded with an Edelbrock 4-barrel intake. So it's got a bit more breathing capability than stock. Other upgrades: front disc brakes, aluminum radiator, Pertronix ignition. Those are smart, practical improvements, things that make the car easier to live with. The seller says, no leaks, clean interior, good runner. And it even comes with an extra set of fenders, which is actually pretty valuable for older cars. Visually, with the rally wheels, it has that slightly tougher stance without losing its classic feel. This is the kind of car you turn the key, let it idle smooth, and just cruise down a long road. Simple, comfortable, honest. Car number 8, 1962 Ford Falcon Ranchero. Now here's something with character. A 1962 Ford Falcon Ranchero, priced at $10,000 in Zanesville, Ohio. This is that classic mix of car and pickup, something you don't see every day anymore. Finished in black on black, simple and clean. Under the hood, a 6-cylinder engine paired with a 3-speed transmission. Nothing crazy, but reliable, easy to work on, and very much in line with what this car was meant to be. Now the story matters here. This car is a California car that spent years sitting in a barn. That usually means less rust, more originality, but also unfinished business. The seller says, it runs and moves, it's very solid, comes with a lot of new parts, but it needs to be finished. So again, this sits in that sweet spot. Not a full restoration project, but not fully ready either. It's the kind of vehicle that feels like a journey. You're not just buying a car, you're continuing its story.
Car number 9, 1964 Ford Galaxy 500. Next up, a big classic with some muscle roots. This is a 1964 Ford Galaxy 500, priced at $9,500, located in New York. Now here's what makes it interesting. This was originally a factory 390 V8 4-speed car, and it still has that original drivetrain. That alone already gives it value. But it doesn't stop there. It's been upgraded with a 427 dual-quad intake paired with a 3.73 limited-slip rear. So now you've got a car that blends original identity with added performance potential. It's still running manual steering, manual brakes, so driving it, it's going to feel raw, mechanical, connected. The seller says it runs, drives, stops, and overall, it's a solid car. This is the kind of classic where you feel the era every time you turn the wheel. No filters, no assists, just you and the machine. Car number 10. '69 Chevrolet Malibu, Chevelle. And to close it out, something that sits right between street and performance. A 1969 Chevrolet Malibu, priced at $39,000 in Holtsville, New York. This is essentially a Chevelle Malibu, and it already carries that muscle car presence. But this one leans more toward performance. Under the hood, small block 400 V8, paired with a 5-speed manual transmission. Inside, there's a full roll cage. So yeah, this isn't just a cruiser. It's built for strength, control, and possibly track use. But it still holds on to street potential. The seller mentions clean title, no major issues, open to trades, even modern stuff like a C7 Corvette or Jeep Rubicon. There's even a big block crate engine and a 30-foot trailer in the picture, which tells you this owner is deep in the car scene. This car sits in that interesting middle ground, not a full race car, not fully stock, but something aggressive, usable, and customizable.
So, which one would you actually take home? The fully rebuilt GTO? The raw Cobra? Or maybe one of those hidden project cars? Drop your pick in the comments. I read every single one. And if you enjoy real, honest classic car listings like this, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and stick around. The next lineup might be even crazier.